from bad to pirate good. Fins win 34-10 to the Atlanta Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. What did I just watch? What did I just watch? Am I dreaming? Last week was one of the worst weeks in Dolphins history. I'm saying this out of respect for a lot of bad games that we had over the course of 2 decades. Then it turned into an ultimately good game. Tua had a way better game, despite being a pirate. And I say this because he came in with the illness like a pink eye or a swollen eye that he had. Basically, he played like a pirate, okay? He was a pirate. And then he completely delivered. From seeing, I couldn't see Jalen Waddle because of this and that. But then he played with one eye and the sun became Tom Brady. You know what I'm trying to say? Where did that even come from? Miami puts the beat down on Atlanta. It didn't start off good, though. It started off with the 3 and outs. Our O-line collapsed again, or let the defensive fronts get to Tua. This was going to be a long game. At least I thought. The defense did what they're supposed to do. They would not give the Falcons a chance to do anything. Boy, I really wish I was at that game. I was contemplating on going to Atlanta. But then the Dolphins' next drive, it was a good drive. There was even a 21-yard penalty from Atlanta. It was a pass interference. That long drive ends up being a touchdown drive, which was a pass to Achane for 3 yards at the right side. So it makes it 7-0. Then Atlanta, in their next drive, goes down the field. Kirk Cousins passing it deep to Kyle Pitts for 24 yards. Eventually, they didn't go too much further down, as it would just wind up being a field goal for Romo. It was a 45-yarder, and it was 7-3 Dolphins. A few punts later, the Dolphins respond with a punt. It was for a field goal. By the way, that Atlanta punt was not good at all. It was not a good punt whatsoever. Also, too, Jordan Brooks was really, really close to getting a safety out of this in that drive. Jordan Brooks, I thought, had an excellent game against Atlanta. Oh, man, he was so good today. Almost getting a safety against Al-Jair or something like that. So Atlanta was punted the football. It was a bad punt, and it was a good field position. You have a 22-yarder for Jalen Waddle, right? And that ends in a field goal. Disappointing finish. But then you force a 3 and out again. It was awesome, right? 5-yard penalty, the 12-yard pass, and then a sack from Jordan Brooks, and incomplete. Then took 10 plays in the Dolphins' next try, which includes an 18-yarder to Westbrook, Ikine or something like that. Westbrook. Then there was a 11-yarder for Gordon, who rushes to right. 15-yard penalty. That was a penalty against Atlanta for face mask. Then you keep going. They keep going. There was a 10-yard pass to Jalen Waddle, and then a 9-yard pass to Malik Washington, getting both feet in, just at that corner of the pylon, which was a nice catch from Malik Washington, and it is a touchdown for the Dolphins, 17-3, which was awesome. By the way, they started with the football. They won the toss, but then they elected to receive it. That's kind of unusual. I'm like, okay. So halftime, 17-3. A few punts later, which would then goes to this Atlanta drive. There would be a penalty. There would be a 39-yard penalty against the Dolphins for pass interference, off to a horrible start for that drive. And then the next drive would be a 17 yards to Robinson, the running back, I think. But then Robinson fumbles the football. And then it was recovered by Dotson. Dodson recovers the football, and despite a bad start of the drive, it ends up being a good ending for the Dolphins. And the Dolphins capitalized. This is a 10-play drive that goes all the way to the end zone. But this is a unique one. This is vintage Tua and Waddle connection. This was what I was talking about in 2021. 43-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Waddle, and he was gone. Kevin Harlan, yet another great call that he has made. There he goes, 43-yard touchdown. Wow, what are we watching? Or something along the lines of, what are we watching? It was a nice call. This became a 24-3 lead for the Dolphins. Everything's looking great. The Dolphins forced a fourth down on Atlanta, and Atlanta couldn't do anything. And then to finish it off, a seven-play drive, which resulted in yet another touchdown. It was a 13-yard run for Ollie Gordon, another 12-yard run for Achane, and then a 20-yard pass to Ollie Gordon. He was wide open, and he runs right into the end zone like a lunatic to get a 31-3 lead for the Dolphins. It was a great play all around, and I'm very confident we're going to get this win. Miami's defense forced another turnover on downs against Atlanta, and Atlanta is also hurting themselves with these penalties. And then ultimately, turnover on downs again. They could not form a connection. There was a lot of miscues for Atlanta. Another field goal made for Patterson. This would be a 34-3 lead, which is awesome. But Atlanta finally gets their good drive. They get a good drive in. This is an 11-play drive, which will go to 65 yards. There was a 60-yard pass to Algier, 25-yarder to Washington for 25 yards, which was a pretty big play, to say the least. Then another good pass to Mooney, and then a 60-yard rush to Algier for a touchdown. This will be a 34-10 lead, and that's pretty much your ball game. That's your final score. They tried to pass it on 4th and 1 on the next drive, which will be a turnover on downs. Just kick the field goal. But yeah, this will be your final score, 34-10. Miami at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This was not close. This was the game that we absolutely want. We absolutely want the game like this most of every week. But then now I see folks complaining about, they can't even tank right and all that type of stuff. I want to win. I want to win a football game. I think the city of Miami wants and need a football win. If I understand why you would say, we can't even tank right. The good news about this one with this win is that it didn't matter because everybody else, even at the bottom, especially the Jets, right? The Jets won the first game. Let's be honest, it was a really terrific ball game. It was 39-38, I believe. It was against the Cincinnati Bengals. So even though the Dolphins win, the Jets also win, which means the number 1 overall pick might still be on the table. And also, let's be real, I think the Jets deserve that win because, if you heard the breaking news that one of their top centers ever that played football, I think his name was Nick Mangold, sadly passed away today. It was a really tough loss for the Jets, the community and the Jets franchise. It was a tough loss all around. So I think the Jets kind of deserve it there. So that's not a hate thing. I think it is a good thing for the Jets that they did win this one because that was a bad loss for the Jets and the Jets fans and their history. He was a damn good player, good center too. And the thing is with him is that he was a forever guy for the Jets. So I think the Jets winning, I think that kind of eased up, and they did it for him too. So I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, back to the Dolphins. Even though we won this game, the Jets did win this game, so the first overall pick is still on the table, if you say the least. But I'm happy we got the win. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be happy because I'm definitely saying that we should be happy. But for those who wanted to tank. But yeah, the team stats. It was a terrific game for the Dolphins all around. we forced a fumble and we recovered the fumble. And the key difference between this game and last game, no turnovers for the Dolphins. There you go. That is, yeah. Anyway, Jordan Brooks did absolutely terrific. Next game, it's a short rest for the Dolphins because we got the Thursday night game against the Baltimore Ravens, and I heard that Lamar Jackson might return that game against the Dolphins on Thursday night. Following up is a pretty damn tough game against the Buffalo Bills. And then he got off to Madrid on my birthday. So that's good to do for this one, folks. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe for content. Man, it feels so good. So yeah, Pirate win. There you go. All right, man, that's good to do it. I'll see you guys next time for more videos. Definitely tonight for another Heat game because the Heat's playing tonight, their home opener in Miami against the New York Knicks. So that's good to do for this one. I'll see you guys tonight. Have a good rest of the day.